Restore, here you've got settings, you can edit your backups, certificate management, you can go in here and generate your new certificates and give it a real certificate. Cluster management, at the moment we only have a primary. In here is where you can add your standby and you can add your replicas. You can also go here and choose whether you want automatic promotion, and you can say how often you want the standby to ping the primary, okay? So you can set it to whatever you want it to be. Next one, log viewer. Here's your logs. Remember we used to go here to audit log and system log? You click on it and you can go down here and either do download or view. So if you view, it will show you your logs, okay? If you download, it will download your logs. These are identity guard logs, right? There are separate logs for the VA itself. I'll show you them in a minute. Services, this always takes a little while when I click on services. I don't know why it takes so long, but it does. Right, so now it comes, look, identity guard is running. I can stop and start identity guard. So on the on-prem, you either do it through what? Services in Windows, and if it's on Linux, you would do it through what? Come on, service guys.
Service.
Yeah, you do a service, space, start, right, through identity guard.
Yeah.
Here it shows you the file system. You also have the radius is disabled, and the database, because remember with this, it has a built-in Postgres database.
We cannot change.
No, you can't change it. That's the thing with the VA, right? If you want lots of different databases and that on-prem, but then if you're going to virtualize it, you have to remember about the bind. With the VA, you can only have one external database at the moment.
One external.
Yes. So you can have LDAP, right? Pretty much. You can integrate it into LDAP. Okay? But next version, they're looking at allowing you to do Oracle database instead of Postgres. And then on the on-prem to do the primary replica type stuff that we have in VA, right? So then there's parity across the systems. One will be virtualized, one will be on-prem, and then we have our cloud service, right? But when they invented this, of course, this doesn't have as many authenticators as the on-prem. There's a limit, right? You have to go on Trusted Care and look, I can't remember. It changes all the time as they add stuff. But the on-prem is the one with the most authenticators. I don't think VA can do biometric at all at the moment. Okay? I think it's biometric that's missing. It now is a smart credential, but the last release didn't do smart credential.
So can we fully integrate with AD?
Yeah. Yeah, you can. And remember with smart credential, if you're doing smart credential with VA, maximum 5,000 users. Done. Because the database is limited in size. Once we get a proper external database, I'm guessing that limit will be lifted, right? But at the moment, because it's an internal database, maximum 5,000 users if it's doing smart credential.
By using external LDAP, then should be fine.
Yeah. I think it's still limited because it has to store some smart credential stuff on the database.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. The user's being pulled from LDAP, but it's being stored in the database. Okay. Next, software update. Here you go settings, you can set a location. So if I set a location here now, I don't know, /opt, /whatever, I drop that update, remember I showed you it?
Yeah.
On my real machine, where was it? We'll close that down now. In here, that update, you would just update that. So that's your tar update. You dump it in the update, run the update, and it would update the VA. That's how you update the VA. We give you these tar files. So effectively, what I would do, I'll show you in a minute, down here, under system, there is, where's the share? There's one for shares. File system, I think it is. No, there's one of them where I can create a share, might be under the admin. I'll get to it in a minute anyway. There's one where you can do a share. That's SSH, come to that, file manager. So I could create somewhere in here, look, and I can upload and download. So I can upload the file to that share, then I go to the update, identity guard, software update, and I make the location that share, and then of course I can run the update. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And that's how you update it. So that's identity guard. Then we have the webmin itself. So this is backing up the VM, not the identity guard inside, the VM, right? So you've got stuff here for backing up all the different services that are running, right? You can schedule backups and you can restore. So this is backing up the wrapper, right? Not the identity guard bit. That bit's done here. Backup, restore of identity guard, okay? And then here, change language and theme, web actions logs. This is all the webmin stuff. Like this is all the stuff running on here. And this just looks like the normal webmin stuff, if you're used to this. And then webmin users, right? So that's the webmin stuff. Then down here we've got all the system stuff. System boot up, start down, changing passwords, disk and network file system stuff. This is all the Linux stuff, but through a GUI, including the system logs. Okay? Happy with that? Nothing to do with identity guard, but this is the most important. You need to go into here if you want to get the SSH working. Remember, to get the shell, you have to go into SSH. There is no shell. Master user shell is available to SSH only. With identity guard on-prem, it's on your desktop, right? So we have to go in here. Now I have to remember, networking. What we're looking for is to allow admins connection. Might be authentication actually. Allow login by root. See that?
Yeah.
Yes. Save that. Stop server. Start server. Now if I go to my host machine and I open PuTTY, make sure I can ping it first. Should be able to. Ping 10.4.114.195. Yeah. So I'm now hostname 10.4.114.195. Okay. Open. Okay. And now hit it. Log in as root. Always takes ages for the password. You sometimes get unauthorized access is prohibited. When you type the password now, if it says unauthorized, you haven't done the SSH properly, okay? I'm sure that's all I have to do is turn it on. Come on. There we go. Right, I'm in. Okay? If it doesn't, if it fails, it means you haven't turned SSM on or root's not allowed to log in. So now, from here, I have to get to /opt entrust whatever. I'm sure I have to SU to entrust. Let me just grab my little guide, because I don't do this all the time, guys, right? This is, everyone has guides, right? Product guides, IDG VA Master User Shell, right? I wrote myself a little guide, because yeah, go and turn that on, done that. There we go, answer the shell, login as root, access shell, Entrust user. So SU to Entrust, and then go to that location, right? Yeah, I was right. Identity guard 120.4/yeah, so I was right. Why did I ever SU to Entrust? And then where we're going to go? CD to opt Entrust. CD to
Oh, Entrust.
/opt/Entrust. Yeah, identity guard 120. CD to /.
You can use tab.
Huh? I
Tab.
tried tab, it didn't work.
Okay.
I then.
You don't need a
Oh, I don't need a /, do I? That's why. Right, I'm tabbing. It's not working, right?
Why is it not working here?
I don't know. You tell me, Linux geeks.
Huh? Red Hat should be can.
Hopefully
No such file on
the
directory.
keyboard settings.
Maybe it is.
Maybe spelling
You
different.
said right? Just
IND,
ID.
ID.
Oh, God,
ID,
yeah.
yeah.
How can I spell identity card wrong? Cut that out of the video.
That's why the tab is not working.
Right, and then you do dot space dot forward slash env underscore settings.
EMV setting.
Oh, shell.
EMV
Dot sh.
search.
Right, now you're in the shell. Okay, now we type super shell. Recognize that? Log in. Enter the master username, master1. ENTPKI 2000. Think about it, come on, come on, come on. But you get the idea, guys, right? So that's how you get the master user shell. So if you need to do stuff in the shell, that's how you get to it. There is no way to get to the shell through the browser or anything else like you get with the on-prem, right? You have to get into it that way. I don't know why it's not logging me in, but there we go. Maybe I typed the password wrong. But that's how you get to the shell. You have to SSH in, but you have to turn SSH on, SU to Entrust, go to the identity guard folder, and then do the environment variables and log into the super shell. Yeah.
If we use the on-prem version but we install in Linux, also the same.
Yes, it's exactly the same. The location's the same as well. Yeah, it's exactly the same. Okay? Because it's Linux. Happy with that, guys? I'm not going to spend too long on it, but you get the idea, right? You've got a false sense of ideas because it worked first time, right? Okay, and then we go to File Manager, and obviously you can go here, and then down under Networking, you've got your Linux firewall, where you would have to open ports if you look. 444, 443, 8080, 10,000, 22, okay? Normal stuff, ICMP is open so you can ping it. But if you want to add other stuff, okay? If you're adding SCEP 8020, you have to open the ports, right? And the network configuration, this is your normal stuff, your host address and all that kind of stuff. Okay? Happy?
Okay.
Happy-ish?
Yeah.
This is web admin. You can move this, can? No problem. No lock-in. Move it, move it, move it, move it, it's fine. No
Okay.
problem.
Yeah.
This is designed for virtual. On-prem, designed for server. Okay? Any questions, guys, on VA? Sure? Right, look, I just want to show you one last thing. If I go here, log in. Look, right, root. Doesn't do anything. You can't do anything through the VA. It's nothing. It's just a shell, information shell, to show you the IP address. When I boot it, of course, that will pick up, look, tells me where I logged in from, look, 10 dot whatever. But this will change when I reboot the VM to what it should be, right? IDG VA 12.ip.com. Okay? Any questions? Are we sure? Cool. Right.
You must study VA next year. Okay. You need it.
You probably need a VA, right?
And
So-
for restart the server, you can just shut down from the VM. For shut down the VM, just
you do it from there, or you can do it from the browser. The best way is from the browser, right? Like a proper operating system. Go to the browser here, and go to where? Shut down, boot up, and then shut it down properly, right? Obviously, I'm not keeping this, right? So this would be my Alice admin. I'd have to log in as Alice admin here, and then I've just got the normal identity card, right? The identity card part is no different whatsoever. But I'm just going to do that. Click. Down. because I don't need it, right? I'm going to throw it away now.
Okay. Thanks, sir.
No problem. But I think that's better than doing the federation exercise, right? You get more out of that because that's the one, guys, I guarantee you now, that's the one you will probably sell first. There you go, look, that's the VM. Because now I can just go back here and run it up again, right?